Hi, this is Dr. Mary Ballia from Potential Power Nutrition with a short video take-home message of is it a no carbohydrate diet? Nope, it's the right carbohydrate diet. And why is that? It turns out that carbohydrates are really important as an energy source, and the most important carbohydrates are vegetables and fruit. Women need to have 3 cups of veggies and 2 cups of fruit every single day, and men need 5 cups of veggies and 4 cups of fruit a day. What's fun is that fruits always have seeds. So if we look down here at the fruits, we'll see that everything has a seed in it. That's what makes you a fruit. And so knowledge is knowing that peppers are fruits. And wisdom is knowing don't put them in fruit salads. So again, you really want to have carbohydrates every day. Super important source of all the colors. Those are antioxidants, all the vitamins and the minerals that are found in vegetables and fruits, essential as well as fiber that we have to have every single day. What we want to actually be careful about when we talk about what's the bad news about carbohydrates is that we have to be able to read the labels. And in order to read the labels, we want to divide the total carbohydrates by the dietary fiber. And that has to be less than 10 when you do the math. So if we look at this over here, here is some organic bread. I recommend that you only eat organic wheat because of the Roundup or glyphosate that's in it. That's terrible for both your collagen and your thyroid. And we have a video about that. But if we look over here and we look at the total carbohydrates, we see that's 22 and we divide by 5. Well, 22 divided by 5 is in fact less than 10. And the easy way to do that, if you're not great at math in your head, is to put a 0 after the 5, you get 50. And as long as the carbohydrates are less than 50, you've met that ratio. And the total sugars also need to be less than 10. And if we look here, it says that it is just 5. So this is a great label, and this has the right carb fiber ratio that will not raise your blood sugar, and therefore it will not be used to increase your fasting blood sugar, raise your glycemic index, what then can lead to increased body fat. So we don't want that. Now, what we have to be careful of is a lot of people are saying that it's the gluten that's an issue. And I actually believe for most people, it's that non-organic wheat, corn, soy, and oats all have Roundup in it, and that's a problem. If I eat gluten-free, which does not have Roundup in it, and I look at this carb fiber ratio, we see 19 divided by 1 is 19. That's way more than 10. Even though at 2 grams of sugar, it meets the sugar. The problem is that as soon as I divide 19 divided by 1 and get 19, all that carbohydrate will actually be converted to sugar in your mouth. This is a simple carbohydrate. It will be digested in your mouth to a thing called maltose, which is basically malt sugar. So we want to have a good label, not a bad label. When we look at things like potatoes, potatoes always have the right carb fiber ratio. Here we can look at what's in a normal size. This is a Yukon Gold potato, and we can see that the total carbs are 17 grams, but the fiber is 2.2. So if we put a 0 after this again, that'd be 20. As long as this was 20 grams, it would be below 10. So 17 divided by 2.2 is less than 10. And the sugar grams, it doesn't actually have added sugar, so this has no sugar grams. If we look over here on a sweet potato, we do see that we have 27 grams of carbs. If we divide that by 4, that is less than 10, and the sugar grams are less than 10. But what's the benefit of potatoes? It's all these other things, the potassium, the B6, the iron, the calcium, and the magnesium. All of those things are also in potatoes. It makes a great food. What about fruits? When people are like, oh, fruits are too sugary. Also not true on the good carb fiber ratio. Here we see apples, 27 grams divided by almost 5 grams of fiber, way less than 10. And even bananas, 27 grams of carb, 3.1 grams of fiber, definitely under the 10 number. So again, fruits, vegetables. You want to have 5 cups of vegetables and fruits for women, and we want to have 9 if we're a man. So hopefully you understand more about carbohydrates and the importance in baking energy for you, but also giving you really good sources of vitamins and minerals when you have good carbohydrates.